welcome to In the Zone. I'm Dave Delgado here with Joshua Cepeda. We're here at the Sheraton Tennis Courts. Now, you're with Tennis Academy Guam, giving back to the youth,
hmm
coaching youth tennis. But
Yep.
tell us a little bit about your playing career and where you've played tennis.
So I started playing when I was 8 years old with my dad when he first opened the academy when they were teaching at Tizen. Then we just started, the sport started to grow and he started to grow with it and we started to move here. So I've been playing since I was 8 and has played also with the Guam national team when we're the junior national team competed in a number of tournaments in Saipan, also here. Played tennis at Father Dueñas for all 4 years, won 2 championships there, and also competed in the 2014 uh, Micronesian Games, won 2 gold medals in the team event and the doubles event.
And your parents are really big in the sports community with the Islanders Soccer
hmm
Club. Your father's been part of Tennis Academy Guam for numerous years. And talk about the decision of why you decided to give back and coach youth tennis here on Island.
Well, after seeing them do all those things for the kids in the community, that kind of impacted me to do the same. So I started teaching with my dad probably my senior year, helping him out with lessons, and he started to teach me how to teach correctly, how to fix forms and all that. And I just enjoyed it. I like seeing the smiles of kids when they learn something new, or even when they get the ball over the net. That really hit me here, so I enjoyed doing that.
And when it comes to youth tennis, um, they make it fun
hmm
with the academy because you guys use softer balls,
Correct.
rackets that are easier to hit the ball
hmm
with, so the kids are able to make contact. And for you as a coach, what are some of the things that you really focus on for the younger age groups?
More importantly, it's just them having fun, them hitting the ball, even though they miss it or completely, it's okay as long as I see a smile on their face. That's what I really enjoy. Just having them get the ball over the net, that's the best thing they can do, really.
Coaching here at the Sheraton, how long have you been here at the Sheraton, and what's the schedule like for your training sessions?
I've been here for about 4 years now, and my schedule's I'm here every day, mostly in the afternoons because we have our after-school program currently. Then we're gonna be shifting towards our summer camp in June, so that'll be another all-afternoon type thing from 2 to 5. And I usually do private lessons in the morning or even midday before our summer camp as well.
And Tennis Academy Guam really focuses on the youth level of tennis, and we've seen the success of the youth program. Mason Caldwell,
Yes.
for one, grew up in the tennis program here on Island, and he's going to be attending Colgate
hmm
University in New York.
Yeah.
And you have been able to play alongside of
Yeah.
with Mason.
Yeah, so he actually started here with us when he was probably in elementary, and then he played tennis every day. He got to hit against older kids better than him, and he kind of learned from that. And he also grew from the sport as well. So I'm really excited for him and what he has in store in the future at Colgate.
There's a lot of business community people that help with the clinics that are put on here at the Sheraton and other courts. Um, how important is that for the support of the community to help develop the sport at the young age group?
It's very important because for me, I see the youth is what drives the sport. They're the ones that want to play. That's what I like to see. It's kind of there's not that much right now, but it's still growing, and that's what's really important is the sport to grow.
With the recent groundbreaking Guam National Tennis
Mm.
Federation, the sports complex tennis facility, now tennis players on Guam will have a place to call home. There's going to be numerous courts where they're able to hold international competition, but more importantly, there's going to be, I believe, 4 courts designated to the 12 and under players where they will be able to have a place to consistently train
hmm
and put in the work needed.
Yeah, so that's a good place for these kids just to come out and play anytime because Most of these courts are all public, and all the adults like to come in and just hog it. But with the new facility there, it gives the kids the opportunity to come out and play anytime they want.
And we were talking about giving the kids more tournaments. So there's quite a few
Hmm.
tournaments that are lined up throughout the year,
Hmm.
but mainly getting them ready to the competition setting,
Yeah.
because when it's time to compete in tournaments, they have to get used to that amount of time on the court, and being able to not only play in the heat
Yeah.
but also be successful in representing Guam.
Yeah, so we actually have our hip hop Hagen Dazs junior tennis circuit, which is coming up this weekend, and this is a perfect chance for them to get into that match ready mentality. That's what it is. They can be on the court all day, but if they're not match ready, then there will be no use. So these matches will be good for them to prepare for the upcoming North Pacific Regional Championships that's held in Saipan in June. So it's a all these youth come in from Saipan, FSM, Guam, Palau, and they compete to represent their islands to play in another tournament in Fiji later this year.
Talk about how, I mean, I'm not a tennis person,
Hmm.
but what's the scoring like with these younger age groups?
Same scoring as you'll see in the professionals, really. It's 2 out of 3 sets, regular scoring, and it's just the same. Can't don't want to digress from that.
And we're looking at 25 plus athletes already committed to participating this weekend. It's a 2-day event
Hmm.
here at the Sheraton.
Correct.
And what time can we expect the first matches and matches lined up throughout the weekend?
First match starts at 8 o'clock, and the last match should start around 3:30. So from there, from 8 to 3:30, there'll be matches all day.
And that starts with which age groups?
I, as of, I know that the U18 boys start at 8 o'clock. There's some matches
And
we'll be playing.
for the youth players, after we select a team, what does that team consist of? How many male and female participants for the team that will be going to Saipan?
I'm really not too sure on the numbers, but there's the U12s, boys and girls, U14s, and U16s.
How does Guam fare when it comes to competition in the region for players 18 and under?
Oh, we've been putting out pretty good numbers. We've been sending a good solid 4, 6 people to that Fiji tournament where you have to qualify. So we have a good chance of sending a quite more this time.
And Mason was a member of the Davis Cup team
Mhm.
2 years ago when he was only 16 at the
Mhm.
time, and I think that really gives something for the youth players to strive and kind of follow in his footsteps, because they've seen him
Yeah.
on the court,
Mhm.
they've seen him in clinics and in competition. So uh, do they know, I guess, the history? Is that something that you tell the kids about, the history of players who played before them, or current players that are actively participating at the high school level?
Yeah, we tell them that this is where they started. They started just like you. You can aspire to be them. So you got to train every day if you really want to get to that next level.
And have you guys had people come in and maybe do exhibition training with them, or just kind of show them like this is the style of play that eventually you're going to get up to?
No, we haven't done that, but also just from our last tournament, the Calvo Select here, they were able to see like, oh wow, he's only 18. We can get to that level. So also those other tournaments, when they come and join, they are able to watch what he does and how he plays his style.
I know a few tournaments back, we had a big contingent of Japanese players for the Chuck E. Cheese ITF junior
Mhm.
circuit.
Yeah.
Can we expect another tournament like that in the near future, where we have competitors from Japan or anywhere else in the region come at that elite level? Because that's, when it comes to junior tennis, that's probably the highest level of tennis that Guam has hosted.
Yeah, there's actually another ITF juniors event coming up. I think it'll be played in May sometime, and we have a couple juniors that are gonna enter in that tournament. So it will be some from Japan or wherever really that wanna come out here to play.
Any youth players right now on the radar for maybe the high school level, or anybody else out there that might have got an offer to play at the next level?
Um, I know Camden Camacho from Father Duenas. He's looking for a school right now, and he's like the one that's been going head to head with Mason their entire high school career. So he's the one he's next up. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about Tennis Academy Guam, and what the goal is for the organization, to really spread the knowledge of the game to these young players.
Yeah, our goal is to spread the game to the youth, and to really anyone who wants to play. We want to get we want to attract all generations who really want to learn the sport and grow with it, but more focusedly on the youth, because that's what we love to do with all our youth clinics and all our youth programs.
And how many coaches do you have actively involved with training and coaching these young athletes?
There is myself, my father, Coach Joe, Dorgan Smith, the partner. We brought in Jack's son, and we also have Daniel DMAG, who's one of our other uh, coaches as well.
And it, it also has a lot of other players involved. I know there's a women's league, there's
The men's league.
men's league,
Correct.
and there's roughly how many courts for tennis access right now?
So there's here at Sheraton. That's 3. Hilton, I think there's only like 4 because one's down. Then we have the Ganya courts. That's another 4. So there's a good number of courts, but for the public ones, there's only a Ganya. Then you go to Muning, but it's only 2. So not quite much, but it's only that many.
Do you see more parents' involvement? I mean, really uh, getting their kids involved at a younger age, only because I think tennis is one of those sports. It doesn't take too much money, and families that have more than 2, 3 kids. This is a sport that it's least expensive, and I think it's just you come out short shirt and some rubber shoes, and you guys provide rackets
Yep.
and balls.
hmm Well, I feel like if it's something that if the kids want to try, they'll try it. Then our job is to have them, make them love it. So that's what I see from that. Yeah.
And what is a typical training session? What is it like for the youth? What do you put them through as far as maybe warm ups, or just training in general?
So with our after school program, it's usually a group of kids, and we get them through their warm ups, do a couple laps, do their stretches. Then we do about 10 minutes of jump ropes, so they get that cardio in, get their footwork going. And from there, depending on how they did yesterday or the day before, we'll work on their ground strokes, or volleys, or if the tournament's coming up like this weekend, we do a lot of match play, a lot of points, just to get them into that mindset. Okay, I gotta play this, I gotta play like that.
And as a coach, what are some of the do's and don'ts of the game? When it does come to these young athletes, because there's sometimes where the attention span is, they start wandering off and not paying attention. How do you keep it fun for them to stay focused and interested in the sport?
On Wednesdays, we actually have this special section for the under 10, and for them to keep their attention, I have to change up the drill. Can't keep them doing the same thing for the longest time, or I make a competition out of it. So like, all right, the first person to hit 10 balls over the net wins. They don't have to pick up balls, or just try to make it fun. Always changing it up, really, just to keep them there.
And do you guys have a website or social media following for anybody that wants to stay updated with information and updated with future tournaments or practice sessions?
Yeah, our website is tennisacademyguam.com. We're on Instagram, Tennis Academy GU. We also have our Facebook page, Tennis Academy of Guam.
And registration is already closed for this weekend's competition. No last minute registrations.
Correct. It's already closed the schedule and draws already set.
And um, what days are you here in time? So if any parent out there wants to get their kids involved with Tennis Academy Guam, how can they go about reaching you or bringing their kids out for maybe a pop in at a practice or anything like that?
Best time to come if your kids want to play is Monday to Friday from 3:30 to 5. That's when our after school program is being held. Or you can contact us through our website or even message us on Instagram or Facebook.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on the show. For more info, make sure you log on, follow them on the social media platforms, and help grow the sport of tennis here on Guam. Make sure you catch me next Thursday, 9 a.m. for In the Zone.